Are you looking for a movie about the saddest galaxy far, far away?
Well, then you're in the right place. Welcome to a YMBToAP Interlude.
Why, hello there, Kelsey.
Hello there, Robert.
You are not cracking, but I'm
I'm
cracking.
not.
I
Go
gotta
ahead,
get
crack
into
it.
this. Because, and this is strange, I'm cracking because we watched a movie that is one of Kelsey's favoriteest most things.
Yes.
I was so excited. I've talked to Kelsey about it, but I wanted to give Kelsey kind of like a whole to-do about it, and I feel like this one's crack worthy. So
All right. It's fair.
this one's to Rogue One, guys.
Pour some out for our favorite homies.
Yeah, if you know, you know. Early on. Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. I already know, but I want your rating first because I want to
Okay.
tell you how my rating has changed over time.
Okay. I will say that, like, and tread carefully on my words here because, like, my feelings about this movie have
Okay.
not changed. I still feel very strongly that this is the best Star Wars movie that there
Okay.
is.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about, like, I'm broadly
No,
over
you
everything.
mean straight up, this is the best one, period.
The best one, the best Star Wars movie ever made.
Okay.
And I have not changed my opinion on that. I'm not going to say I lowered my rating of this movie, but I also didn't raise it. I don't know. I feel differently having watched it a second time,
Okay.
but I don't feel worse. But also I don't
Okay.
feel better. I don't know. I just feel different.
So you still didn't really give it one. I'm going to
I-
go ahead and throw my number. You
Okay,
ready?
throw me your number.
Okay, because I saw this in the theater, by the way.
Yes.
Rogue One. Let's get the name correct. It is Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to get into that in a minute.
Okay.
So this came out in 2016. I definitely saw this in the theater,
Mhm.
and I liked this movie a lot. I loved it. I thought it was great. It's like an 8. I thought it was good. You know, it was
When
a
you
great
first
movie.
watched it?
Yeah. So this is the second. So this is the second and a half time because I remember I was trying to rewatch this one time and I
Yeah.
made it about halfway through and was like, "This movie's not even halfway done," and I turned it off because I was like cleaning at the same time.
Yeah. This
And
is
then,
a
like,
movie
I-
you can, like, clean and also watch.
Yeah, and I like got done cleaning, so I turned it off because I was like, "Well, that was my background movie." So I watched like the first half again.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my second time all the way through.
Okay.
So my rating of this movie, Kelsey,
Yes.
it's a 10, man.
Okay,
This is
okay.
a great, great movie, and I
Yeah.
was actually going to say something, but you kind of said it. While I was watching it, I was like, you know, this is kind of the best Star Wars movie we've gotten. It's
It
not
is.
my favorite. It's not my favorite. Because my favorite is not a good movie. Like
We've discussed before that, like, your favorite movie
favorite
the
and best are
movie,
not the same.
They're different,
Yes.
different concepts.
Oh, this is the best movie. This is the best movie.
It really is. It's the best Star
Yeah.
Wars movie that they have created.
My favorite, I don't know that it's ever not going to be Return of the Jedi. It's just because, like, that's, like, the ending.
Mhm.
It was such a conclusion. You got the green lightsaber because he'd always had a blue one, and I dig a green lightsaber. I love that. I just really, really like Return of the Jedi, even though it has Ewoks in it.
Do you
I
not
was
like
waiting for you to get
Ewoks?
mad about that. I do like Ewoks.
Okay, good.
I do like them. I just want you to be like, oh, what about them? And just like
What
get mad.
about the
No.
motherfucking Ewoks? My favorite.
Land speeders were in Return of the Jedi. Just Return of the Jedi rocks, dude. I love that
It
movie.
does. Yeah.
It's a great movie.
It's very good.
The ending, the ending lightsaber fight is just phenomenal. Darth Vader's
Mhm.
conclusion is phenomenal, even though I don't really care about him, and we know this about me. Return of the Jedi just is great. I love that. It is my favorite.
Yeah.
But this movie is just like this movie. This is for, see, all my talking points mainly are how I feel about this, the fact that it exists. Really,
Okay.
This movie makes me want something that I
Yeah.
still don't feel like I've gotten
What?
from Star Wars since it came out.
Okay.
Right? Because this is 2016. You're talking. We've had the whole other they call it the sequel trilogy, right? The
Mhm.
like Rey stuff, like
Yeah.
that's all post this movie, even I think,
Is
except
it?
for maybe Force Awakens.
I think it was Force Awakens and then Rogue One and then number 8 and then Solo and then number 9 is the order that they came out in theaters.
Yeah. Let me get like a whole thing here. Star Wars anthology. Okay. Yes. Okay. So Force Awakens 2015. Yep. Then 16 would have been this Return of the Jedi or Last Jedi, and then Rise of Skywalker. Solo is not listed on this.
Solo is 2018, so it's right
2018.
between The Last Jedi and The Rise
Yep.
of Skywalker.
You nailed it. Okay. So in all of that, post this, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the closest to me that I have felt to like, and I don't want to say it this way because I don't want it to come across the wrong way,
Okay.
but I really want like an R-rated Star Wars movie, like a
Yes.
world that is hard, because this movie is about hard things. Star Wars is a funny
Yeah.
franchise. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. There's a lightheartedness there. But this movie has like straight up like shots to the dome into people.
Yes.
Like this was a hard this is the hardest watch to me
This
in
is
the
as
terms
close-
of uh-huh.
As close we get to like a war movie in the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah. Like it didn't I mean, you're talking dude, I mean Clone Wars is probably the next closest thing, cuz that show went hard, man. That
Yeah.
show went hard.
Mm-hmm. Clone Wars and Rebels both.
And that's my thing. Like, if this is war, the things that like Saw Gerrera does and the way that he winds
Ugh.
up, you know, like shit got real for this guy.
Yes.
And you're telling me this movie's still just like haha kind of funny. Like this is the closest we've gotten to what I picture is like an R-rated. And they went kind of where I wanted in PG-13. So maybe I'm not saying like I want bloody, gory, gross Star Wars. No, that's not what I'm
Mhm.
saying. But like sell the world then, because
A
this
serious Star Wars.
sold the world hard the
Yeah.
whole time. Absolutely did I feel how much that rebellion's working. You know what I
Man.
mean?
You're not going to like it, but I really think you need to watch Andor.
Oh, I'm not gonna like it. Damn it. Okay.
No, you're going to like the show.
No,
you're
but
not
like-
going to like me recommending that you
That's
watch
what I
another
meant.
Star Wars show.
Like, damn it. No, I'm not against that, because so here's part of some of my other questions.
Okay.
Before you fully sell me there,
Yeah.
I have to give you your props on Clone Wars and Rebels. Like,
Okay.
I did not want to watch these things.
Yeah.
But like I did. It was just a lot. It was a lot to do. So it was
Yes.
fun to do it for the show, which by
And
the
I-
way, I was looking at Bad Batch again, going like, I really need to finish me some Bad Batch.
Yeah.
I know you didn't, but you didn't finish season 3, right? Or you did?
I don't think I finished.
I don't think you
Richard says we
did.
did, but I don't think I did.
You might have. I don't know. But like I was thinking about it. You were so ugh that I went, I don't want to tarnish my thoughts of Bad Batch, so I never even
Yeah.
started season 3.
I think I begrudgingly finished it because I think they announced that was the last one, right? Or did Bad Batch end up having 4
Yeah.
seasons?
Oh no, it is season 3. That's the last one.
Yeah. So, yeah, just the 3 seasons. I
I want to like rewatch Bad Batch, honestly.
kind of want to rewatch Bad Batch too. I mean, the first 2 seasons are so good and so solid. And Dave Filoni even, I believe, at one point said, like, I can see Bad Batch going forever. I love these guys. And then the next season, they were like, you get this, and that's it. So I feel like it was one of those things where they're like, wrap up the plot, Dave Filoni, let's
Yeah.
go.
Actually, I think Bad Batch is as close to what I'm looking for. Bad Batch is hard.
It is.
Bad Batch is hard, man.
As hard as Bad Batch is, Andor is harder because it is like live action, and they have some. There are stakes in that show. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna tell you. I really want to tell you how it ends because it just.
No, I need some hard. Okay, so you're telling me that what I yearn for a little bit based off of this movie is Andor.
Yes, I fully, because Andor really goes into this world that they're building here, and it shows you exactly
Okay.
how the rebellion, how the grassroots starts, and how it starts. Oh my god, it's so fucking good, dude! I want to talk about it with you so much. I was
Okay,
thinking about
so,
like,
you know what? we might have to do an Andor alone as well then.
I would love to, because I
Okay.
like the ending of Andor, having just come off, because I finished Andor like maybe last week, and
Yeah.
having just come off of that, that really colored my perception of this movie, and that's maybe why I
Ooh.
feel different about it now.
Oh,
And like I said, I don't feel
interesting.
better, but
Okay.
I don't feel worse. I feel differently about it. I
Okay.
feel like the punches that they pull in Rogue One, they do
Okay.
not pull in Andor.
Interesting. Because, like, that's what I was thinking. I mean, of course, we all know Rogue One has the Darth Vader moment. It's a
Yes.
thing. We know about
Classic,
it.
iconic.
I was thinking about how did this movie get away with PG-13?
Yeah.
Right? Because there were some harder things in it. And I was thinking, well, yeah, in that Darth Vader moment, there's a guy that he straight up pins to the ceiling.
To the ceiling, yes.
And then behind him, he walks under him and then just slashes backwards, cuts that fool in half.
yeah,
But then he just,
hallway
like,
scene,
drops him, right?
I could watch
Yeah.
that like for an hour straight.
But see, that's why it's PG-13. He did, like, cut him in half, and then he falls with just, like, a line around his midsection.
Mm-hmm.
Rated R is that fool falls in half. That doesn't need blood. Lightsabers would cauterize as they go through. We understand this principle, right?
Yeah.
But, like, the level that, like, the shows kind of go, I guess the shows are the rated R version I want, because
Yeah.
I don't know if people would go to a rated R Star Wars movie. I
No.
think people would outcry and say, this is a family thing, because I feel like Star Wars still trends family.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to tell you one scene in Andor
it.
that's not going to
Okay.
like affect the way that you view anything. It's not going to affect
Okay.
your experience of watching the show.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I think, and I don't want the audience to take this the wrong way. I'm not telling Robert this to get him excited about it. I'm telling Robert this because I know that this is
mean-
the thing that he wants to.
Yeah.
This is a stakes that he wants to see in the world of Star Wars.
You've told me that something was hard once before, but I don't know
Mhm.
if you told me what it was, so I'm ready.
So there is an almost rape scene.
Oh.
Yeah, and they even
Oh.
say the word rape in Star Wars. Like there yeah, it's a whole situation
Okay.
because like one of the Imperial officers, there's definitely been moments in Star Wars before where they imply like, well, you better behave because I have position of power over you.
I'm like aghast right now.
Yeah, you're clutching your
honestly.
pearls. Like, I guess I probably should have trigger warned for that word if that's
Okay.
if that's problematic for y'all. I'm so sorry, but like, yeah, there is a scene where the Imperial officer comes in and he's like, "So where's your husband?" And they're like hiding and trying to be, you know,
Yeah.
they're rebels. They're implanted on a base, but they're like trying to be secretive about it, and they're working on a farm or whatever. So. Imperial officer comes in, they're doing an investigation. He's like, well, your husband's away and I'm the guy in charge. So guess what? And then like tries to start undressing her and like throws her on a bed and shit. And she is like, there's a fight scene and it gets bloody. There's actually more blood in Andor. There's been several times in Andor where I turned to Richard and I'm like, they've never shown this amount of blood in Star Wars before. Like,
No.
it's
The most blood
really-
ever was digitally removed from Phantom Menace.
That's crazy.
Because
Yeah.
when he chopped Darth Maul in half, there was like a mist. And
Mm.
then he falls in half, which is as much as
Yeah.
I was saying from the hallway scene.
Yeah.
So the fact that there's like blood, that's
Yes.
nuts.
Yeah, Andor is the stakes show. Like you really need to watch Andor, in my opinion. I think it is another piece of media that is just like pushing the envelope of what Star Wars is allowed to do.
And that's exactly all that I walked away with from this one. That's why I was like, this is the best one, because this is the most like departured one.
Yeah.
So necessary, but like I don't know, man. It just was so different, but yet the exact same. Because I was gonna say, man, you can't beat Star Wars like battles.
yeah.
The music
Oh my god.
and the way they do it. Like every time a battle happens, I'm always like a child watching these things. It's
Yes.
just phenomenal. But like all the other stuff was so much heavier. And I mean, it's still funny, like don't choke on your aspirations and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, this one was just so grand. And I love the idea that like you can make a difference even if you're not the hero all the way through, because like you think it's like Luke's the hero. He's the one that
Mhm.
does everything by the end. Luke doesn't understand. Luke doesn't have a porthole to shoot at like a womp rat if these people don't go to this planet in the first place.
Yeah,
It's all a
this whole
puzzle that
movie-
helps towards the thing, and that's what I
Yes.
dug about this movie.
and it is the puzzle because like there's so many opportunities, so many little moments, and Jin even makes some nod to it like in their speech. There's so many little chances. She's like, well, if we're gonna have to take this chance, and then we take the next one, and then we take the next chance until we run out of chances.
Oh, that line was great. She goes, we're gonna do this, or all the chances are spent. I was
Yes.
like, yeah, man.
Yes. And that's what this is about. It's about like rebellions are built on hope. And that is a line that is constantly fed to you in the show Andor. And
Okay.
it starts like Cassian Andor is not a hopeful guy in the show. He's like been
Yeah.
beat down his whole life. He's been part of the rebellion since he was 6 years old. His life has been very, very difficult. And it goes
Okay.
into that in the show. And like throughout the show, he meets these people that are like telling him, like his handler tells him, rebellions are built on hope. And he's like, what am I hoping for if it's something that I can never see in my lifetime? Or like, what do I, why bother to have hope if every little thing I do doesn't add up into a big thing? But then by the end of the
That's
show,
washing over me big. Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yes, by the end of the show, and then going directly into this movie because the end of Andor leads directly into the beginning of Rogue
Okay,
One.
so Andor would be done as of now.
Andor has finished, yes, and I'm
Okay.
so upset about it because it was
Yeah.
a show that they wanted 5 seasons, but because of timing and just like the budget, I think is probably another thing.
Yeah.
They had to do. I think it's only 2 seasons.
I thought it was
And
3.
It might be 3, Andor.
It could
Nope,
be 2.
just 2 seasons, 12 episodes, or
Wow.
24 episodes. And the second season, they do so many time skips. It was obvious, like, okay, they had
Oh.
planned something really
Okay.
grand because it'll be like 1 year later, 2 years later, 1 year later again. And I'm like,
Damn.
man,
Okay.
this could have been so big, but yeah, they just couldn't work it out with the timing.
Is Andor a Dave Filoni thing as well? I mean,
I
I
think he's got his
assume
mitts
his
on it.
finger is in everything.
Yeah, I think that he's kind of the new consult for Star Wars because Dave Filoni was actually not directly involved in the production of Rogue One. There has been like rumors that he directed the Darth Vader scene, but no one's
Okay.
ever really confirmed those. And it was supposed to be Dave Filoni's like first foray into Star Wars live action directing.
Okay, good. Because this is going to go into my question that I had for you about the timeline that I wanted to ask about again.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I know I could look it up, but, like, I was introduced to Saw Gerrera here in
Oh,
this movie, which
okay.
is literally the end of him.
Yes, actually, I think I was
We definitely
too.
knew him, right? Like, Clone Wars had happened, the show, previous to this movie. The
Yes.
show definitely wasn't post this. Like, this is people getting to see Saw, like, in reality for the first time with that knowledge of him.
Yes.
This wasn't the introduction of him.
Right, yeah. Clone Wars
Okay, cool.
and Rebels both had fully happened, both in canon and in our world prior to
Oh, okay.
this movie. So
Really? Rebels ended before this movie? Oh my god.
I think Rebels ended in 2018. Yeah, Rebels was 2014 to 2018.
So it
And
was like in the throes of being a show.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess the back half of Rebels was
Okay.
with live action Saw Gerrera in mind. But yeah, Saw Gerrera, you get to see a lot of him, of course, in Clone Wars and Rebels, but you see even more of him in Andor, and you see like kind of the origins of where he starts to lose the plot because the thing
it
is like
Forrest Whitaker?
yes,
Yes.
Dude,
Okay.
fucks, that role is so good. He's the perfect dude for it. Like
Man. Yeah.
they're inseparable to me. Forrest Whitaker and Saw Gerrera, like they
yeah,
are the same.
He's in Rogue One for 3 minutes of screen time.
Yeah.
Literally the thing I remember the most about it right now. Because of the paranoia. Like, his first 2 words, I was, like, intrigued by. He was, lies, deception.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's up with this guy? And I was, like, all about him.
Yeah.
You know? But then I was like, oh, yeah. Because then, now that I've seen Clone Wars and Rebels, I know so much more. So I was like, oh, I'm, like, appreciating this guy way more.
Yeah.
And I was way more saddened by that downfall because he was such like he was like a role
Yeah.
in the rebellion. For him to have succumbed to paranoia so much at the end. That was really sad for me.
So that whole thing with him like huffing on that suit, I was under the impression when I saw Rogue One for the first time, I was like, that suit's keeping him alive, right? Is that where you're at?
Yeah, like oxygen and stuff. Yeah.
It's not oxygen. It's like a toxic gas that he has become addicted to.
I was wondering. I was like, is he secretly being poisoned by this thing that he thinks is keeping him alive? Was my thought when I watched it.
Yeah, so like during the rebellion, he gets to be working on like machines and shit, like locks and stuff where I forget the whole like function of what it does, but basically it emits this horrible toxic gas, and as he's like working on them, he has a respirator and all that to wear, but after a while he's just like, fuck it, it's getting in my way. I just have to like be me in the machine. And
oh my God.
In the breathing of that, it's like the Mad Hatter, like the fumes of it are just like getting into his brain and eating away at like his whole idea of everything. And he's so like, we see him in Clone Wars and in Rebels be kind of you know, he's really a big part of the rebellion, and he's also burned by the rebellion. Like his sister gets killed, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So there's those little seeds.
Yeah, because she was like gonna be like a political figure or something.
Yeah,
right?
I think so. It's been so long since I've seen Clone Wars, but I remember that being like a big thing. But yeah, he's been burned by the rebellion, and I think that he in this now, and a lot of Andor is him like going away and doing his own thing. Like the rebellion's not working the way that I want it to work. I'm gonna go do insane insurrection shit on my own, and I'm gonna be like my own rebellion. So while he is a rebel, he is not part of the rebel alliance.
Yeah, because they even say like, well, he's an extremist, and they don't really jive with him. Plus, they're gonna go kill him in Rogue One. They were like, he is like kind of too much for our rebellion, so we need to end him so that we can proceed the way we're trying to proceed.
Yes, and that's the whole fucking thing with it too. So like, I love
the passion.
Sorry. I love how this movie goes into like, you know, the rebellion needs to be organized. It needs to happen in this way. And yes, so that's the thing with the rebellion is that like in Andor, they're very much in the way of there is going to be a rebellion, but the rebellion has to have rules, and we have to do this by the book. Yeah. We have to be very careful with how we do it because Mon Mothma, she's a senator, so like she's inside trying to take the system down systematically, whereas there's people like Saw Gerrera who are working at it from the outside, being like, that's not working fast enough. I'm going to do it my way, so it gets, you know, I'm going to be more bombastic, more bigger, and just really fucking get the ball rolling on this shit. And the evolution of Cassian Andor from being like a guy that doesn't even want to get into the rebellion, which also Jyn Erso reflects that too, because my God, that she has that one fucking line that is just a dagger to the heart, where somebody's asking her like, how can you stand to see the Imperial flag flying all over the galaxy?
Yeah, that
and
was
she
Saw.
says, yeah, and she says it's not a problem if you don't look up.
Yeah,
like,
that
God
big
fucking damn it, dude, that is
big
so
line.
And so applicable. Like everything in Andor mirrors so many situations that are happening politically right now in the United States. And I wonder if it was on purpose. I don't know when the production schedule was, but the way that it lines up with real life events that are going on today in the news, like bone chilling. And it's because history kind of repeats itself if you don't know that fact. Like, these things have happened before in other places. Now they're happening here in the U.S. and it's kind of telegraphed how things are going to happen, how things will go. So, like, watching the show kind of spell it all out in black and white and then lead up to where this movie goes really sets off a lot in my neurons.
I mean, this movie does feel like two halves to me. There's kind of like the slower intro, which is like the first hour, and then like, I mean, the entire last hour is almost entirely on the plan Scarif to get the plans. Like, it's almost one giant fight scene for like the last hour, which is riveting. It's crazy.
Yes.
And I think that's where I kind of was not into it the first time, like because it does feel like two different movies. But like, I knew where it was going, and I just remember the first time being like, oh yeah, it's just like Halo Reach, you know, they got their plans and they all died, and I've like seen this kind of story before, you know, but I don't know. I just, maybe now because I know more about the world, and maybe that's why I don't like Halo Reach as much, because I don't know a lot about Halo. So like, I understand that they did that on that planet, sad for this story, but like, I don't know the the bigger picture and like the bigger set of players. Whereas now that I've watched Clone Wars and Rebels and I have some more picture, I don't know. This movie just hit better. Didn't hit harder, but it hit better. And I was like, oh, you know what? This movie's actually really spot on and really good.
I think
like,
it's really well crafted.
Sells it.
They do a lot of like, they take a lot of different approaches to the plot, and they do it in a way where like there's so many different types of characters that exist in this plot that come together to like set off the final fuse.
Yeah.
That anyone can kind of place themselves in their shoes. Like you get the reluctant rebel, you get Jyn Erso, who like doesn't really want to be a part of this, but like her family is a part of it, so she's being pulled into it. And then you have Cassian, who's like pushing her forward and like trying to get her to be something that she doesn't want to be. You have the religious aspect of it with Chirrut and Baze. You have just all these different little facets that like really work together to conduit the viewer through what this plot line is.
Yeah. Actually, one of my favorite people, we haven't even touched on them, is actually Bodhi.
Yeah, Bodhi Rook.
Pilot guy. Like, I mean, so it came on, and I went, is that Ballister Boldheart from Nimona? And I was like, oh, shit, it is. Like, I love this guy, and, like, a lot of the roles he's been since. I didn't remember he was in this, and I just love that guy.
He's a cool dude.
I loved his plot in it. Like, he was literally just trying to do good, and then this paranoid dude like tries to wipe his mind with some octopus thing. That was crazy. We were watching it again, and when they throw the grenade in his ship, Taylor legit goes, did he just die? And I was like, yeah. I was like, they're all gonna do
die
this soon. She's like, oh my god. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I know that this is not tied in any way, but if you've been listening to YMBToAP, you know we've done a giant thing about this show called Monster. And I talked about how in one part, how unceremonious it would have been if this one person just died in this one scene.
Yeah.
That's how all these feel. Because it is just casualties of war. It's just the inevitability of these situations. Like, Bodhi's death is not grand. It's not telegraphed. It's not really eventful. It's not anything. It's just what happened. And that's what feels so, like, real about it, you know? And that's why I was saying if Monster had done that in that scene, I would have hated it for the story, but I would have appreciated it's just like, that's life. Like, it could just happen that way. It could just happen.
These are the things that just happen in real life. Like, that's one of the things that's enamoring about this movie, I think, is that it has all these characters that are really grand. They're all very heroic in their own right. And they're also individualized, that they could have had their own TV shows or movies that surrounded them. Like, I would read a whole series of Baze and Chirrut comics. I think that they could have
absolutely
so much. But at the end of the day, they are just cogs. Like, they're just like, they're there to take their chance and play their tiny part in the rebellion, because without each of them, it doesn't happen. They each had their own role to play.
Yeah. And that's what I think we lose the plot on sometimes. Not every person is the hero.
Yeah.
But everything you do is as important as that hero. You know what I mean? Right.
Like, this movie I loved initially because I was like, this is one of the first Star Wars movies where, like, Jedis are not the focus of it. You don't get to see anybody. Like, the only lightsaber duel that comes in is at the very, very end, and that's Darth Vader. Like, everybody knows that guy. This isn't a Jedi movie. This is a movie about, like, real people that exist in this world that is at, like, this galactic war. And you're getting to see just, like, a glimpse into what it would be like if you were just a citizen.
Maybe that's my thing. Maybe it's not that I want something that's harder or more real. It's just the fact that I want less Jedis.
Yeah.
And that sounds horrible. Well, because one of my second favorite ones is Solo. That has no Jedis. I love that movie. I loved that
little
movie.
People
thought it was great.
Dunk on Solo unrighteously, and
you guys are
like
wrong.
You guys are
Solo
wrong.
was I mean, I don't know that it's real good, but it's good.
It's not, 10 out of 10 it's not Rogue One, but it was an
No.
enjoyable movie. It's a really good entry in the series, and I think
Yeah,
it was
I liked
worth
it.
it.
I thought it was a good, fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
Better than I thought it was going to be. How's that? It was
Yeah,
better
and
than I
people
thought it was
shit
gonna
on it
be.
so hard that they were like, we're not going to do Star Wars stories anymore.
I know, because that was the whole thing. Like I was saying, we got to get this name right because it's called Rogue One, a Star Wars story, where they were going to start doing these one-off events that played into the overall, but give you just more fleshed out world. And we got two.
Yeah.
Got two of them.
We could have
And
had
they're
so
two
much more.
great movies.
You fucking Star Wars fans. Why are you so hard on Star Wars?
But this one, man, I really forgot how good it was, and it kind of made me mad because I was thinking about it. I was like, ooh, I'm going to bring in here my Steelbook for Kelsey because I bought the Steelbook for this when it came out
Yeah.
back in the day, and I was like, that was on Blu-ray. Did this ever go to 4K? Because it's in 4K on Disney Plus. And
Okay.
That's how I watched it. There is a 4K, but they never gave it like a Steelbook. Like, it feels like it's such an unceremonious movie. Like, we've never given it re-releases. We've never given it packaging. We've never... we just won't do
next
anything for
year
it.
is the 10-year anniversary of this movie, which is insane to me. But maybe they'll do a good release.
Maybe. 'Cause
I would like to see it.
I love my Steelbook for it. It's like the blue of the water from the part where, like, at the end, and it's like the different, like, troopers going through the water, walking around with their guns and stuff. It's a
Man.
fantastic Steelbook.
There's a lot of really good, like, cinematic shots in this movie. And that's, like, what I took away from it the first time, too, is I remember just all the, like, the pulled back visions of war. Like, there's two scenes that come to mind. There's one where there's some kind of a ship that's like hovering above the water, and dark troopers are hopping off of it into the water, and you see like their reflections as they're jumping down into the puddles, and the way that they ripple out and everything just looks so cool, and that just like lives in my mind. And then the second one is poor Chirrut Imwe's death when he's doing his whole like I am one with the Force and the Force is with me, his little walk across the thing to go hit the master switch for Bodhi so he can get the plug-in going for the plans to go up through the gate.
Yeah.
Like watching him walk across that and the explosions just like catapulting around him, that scene is also just like ingrained in my memory.
Yeah. That was one of the few things that I truly remembered about this movie before this rewatch was that scene.
Yeah.
Because I remember it ripped my soul out.
It is a tough scene to watch. And I actually I caught something new in it and then this watch through for it. So Chirrut throughout the entire movie has been chanting that mantra, I am one with the Force and the Force is with me.
Yeah.
And he, goes and hits the master switch in his, infinite wisdom and then gets fucking blasted like to pieces. And then Baze runs out, his Baze runs over and is holding him as he's fucking dying, and that part sucks and I'll never get over it. And as Baze is holding him, he chants to him, the Force is with me and I am one with the Force. He reverses it on him.
I didn't think about that.
So I was contemplating on that, and what my conclusion is. You can tell me yours if you have a thought. So Chirrut is saying, I am one with the Force. Like that is his like whole thing. I think he's Force sensitive because he's able to just like
absolutely
dip, duck, dive, and dodge all around these
plus
bullets and stuff.
he's a guardian of the Kyber Palace. Like he would have to be able to protect that place, I would think.
He's very in touch with like the in-world religion, which the Force is part of all religions as far as I know in Star Wars. Don't correct me, nerds. I don't give a shit if I'm wrong. And so I think that's where his mantra starts. The Force is with me, or no, I am one with the Force. So he's saying like, I am part of it. And then he finishes it off with the response of it, which is the Force is with me. Yeah. And then when Baze is saying it, I think he starts off the phrase saying the Force is with me. I think in that moment he's saying his friend is the Force.
Yeah.
The Force is with me. So like Chirrut is with me. I am with you. So that's the way that I took it.
Well, now that you said it, I can also see it another way because like he never vibed with it. Baze never vibed with it, right? So it's also reversed because the the sheer fact that he's saying it is him like giving in to part of his friend in that way. So
Mhm.
it's like he's saying the force is with me, meaning this has always been there. It's always been with me, but now I'm finally coming around to be part of it too.
Yeah, and
That's
now
why
I'm
he's the
entering.
second part. Yeah.
Yeah.
So same kind of vibe, but I never really. I'm definitely gonna go back and check that because that makes that way better.
Yeah. That was
That makes
something
that
that
way better.
I'm surprised I didn't catch it the first go around because he says it so many times. And when Baze is chanting it back to him, I was like, wait a minute, that's different. And then I had to like go back in the movie and be like, okay, yeah, it is different.
Interesting, man. Like it's, I was thinking about it too. Like we had talked before about how like there's infinite stories that can be told in this
Mhm.
world. They can all be so good, and how do you come up with what you're gonna do? You know, because I was like, yeah, why didn't we do this one already? And
Yeah.
how do you come up with something this good to tell that story? You know?
I know. Yeah. Like they, they took a gap in time, which is just like, how the hell did R2D2 get those plans? And they fleshed it out so
Yeah.
incredibly well because they also include in there the fact that Galen Erso, like, why is there one fault at the center of the Death Star? Why would you ever do that? Like,
Yeah.
that was such a problem, I think, for the people that couldn't do suspension of disbelief or to say, like, okay, yeah, there's one fault that could happen. Like,
Yeah.
no, this guy put that fault in there, and this is why.
Yeah.
So, it really just tied together so many like loose ends that a lot of people maybe didn't even know were there, and
Yeah.
knits
I
it
think
in such a
this
way that it feels like the story was always meant to be told like this.
absolutely. That's what I was gonna say. I think when they sat in the room to do this one, whoever was in that room had they were firing on all cylinders,
Yeah.
covering every base, making sure that this worked.
Yes.
Because it all just it fits so perfectly and so good.
That is why I want to believe that Dave Filoni was involved, because that man underneath his cowboy
He is
hat
the
is
guy.
hidden just the entire lore of Star Wars.
Absolutely. Between him and Sam Witwer,
Yes.
they are the encyclopedia right there.
And Sam Witwer was involved in this movie, which I didn't know. He's just random voices, I guess, throughout the movie. But we saw him in the credits and we were like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
So speaking of voices again, I thought I would have to touch on this, and I'm not revising, but K2SO is still
Oh my God.
top tier robot.
Yes.
Okay. But he's no Chopper.
So
I
Chopper,
can't get over Chopper.
Chopper has a cameo in this movie.
Shut your mouth.
When they're on the Rebel base, he's just like, beeping around in the background on Yavin
What?
4. And there's actually a
With
moment
his
too
alarms
where
out?
I don't even know. They have they're doing an intercom call and they call General Syndulla to the briefing room. So that's
Okay.
Hera Syndulla from Rebels.
Oh. Okay.
I was like,
Wow,
cool.
When are we gonna get something? You know what? That might be what I want. If they could go somewhere with Rebels.
They have a Rebels live action. Well, they have Ahsoka, which like goes into the Rebels storyline.
Yeah, because Mira's in that, right?
Hera?
She's in something. Yeah, Hera. She's
Yeah.
in one of these shows, right?
Yeah. She's played by Obi-Wan Kenobi's real life wife.
What?
What's her name? Scott Pilgrim with the bangs. What's her name?
Mary,
Mary?
Elizabeth Winstead?
Yes, her. She plays Hera. Hera Syndulla. I wish that Andor had another season because I would love to have seen any kind of crossover with Rebels.
See, I need to watch.
Oh, also the Ghost is
Ahsoka
there.
still.
When they go to the planet, like Ghost is in the
Oh.
fucking shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which we said this movie came out like while that show was currently ongoing, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
If
so
they would
there's
put
at
those
least a
nods in
few
there.
nods to Rebels. Like the Rebels were there on Yavin 4 trying to help, or not on Yavin 4, on Scarif trying to like do the shooting and stuff.
I'm looking him up right now. Chopper in the there he is. Oh my god, look
There's
at him.
Chopper.
I freaking love this robot, dude. He is my favorite thing.
There's so many cool set pieces in this movie too. Like we've talked before about set piece moments where like there's just like these huge bombastic type images, like the two Star Destroyers crashing into each other.
I
That's
think
a-
about that scene a lot.
It's an incredible moment. And then crashing through the Stargate too, just like opening up the comms. That is so good. And the other like big moment I think is the AT-AT coming out of the woods.
Oh yeah.
That looks like war. That is so scary.
See, I was thinking about that because there's an AT-ST when they first land in the Jeddah and they go to the holy city or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Some rebels start doing like a little raid.
Yeah.
And like they kind of get involved, and then like this AT-ST just comes around and starts like picking them off and stuff. And I was like,
Yeah.
God, this is so scary because like
I
they
know.
got that power, that firepower. And she even said something. Oh man, Jen had like the coolest line because they were talking about if the Death Star was real, and she was like, if you don't believe this and you like let a power with this type of weapon go unchecked, you like are signing off to oppression forever or some kind of thing. She says
Yeah,
something
something like that.
about it, and I was like, God, yeah, man. She just was. She's great, and it sucks that she's in one thing.
I know.
Why? Well, I guess she wouldn't have a good show because she was like imprisoned on a planet from 16 up till this movie. So
Yeah. She must have had a tough time because like in our first introduction to her, she's being rescued from a prison transport and she just starts beating up her rescue crew.
yeah, yeah, because she's just got to get out of there. She's just got to be free. You
Mhm.
know.
Like a caged animal. And then also there's this one thing that like I didn't like, and I don't hope that they retcon it because I don't like retconning, but when they take everyone to the little prison and Cass is like, I don't know how to pick a lock, I've never been in prison before. Like there's a whole, I think half a season in Rogue One where in Andor where they're in prison, and it's like a huge storyline. So he's been
Oh
in
my
prison
God.
before.
Well, he was because he doesn't know those people. So it's probably just him like
Yeah.
covering up for something. He doesn't want them to think of him any kind of way. 'Cause he
Yeah.
would trust these
And
two.
he's also a pilot in Andor. So I'm like, why'd they need Bodhi?
I mean, he was still piloting most of the time. Like Bodhi was always just in the back.
Yeah.
I think they just needed him because of his knowledge. you
Yeah,
know?
maybe that's it.
I don't know. All in all, this movie was better than I remembered.
Yeah,
It really, really was. I had a great time with it.
I did too. There's just so many like good moments in this movie, and the fact that like they never at any point look like they're going to be successful in their mission. Like there's so many points where they're
Yeah.
not going to make it, or like they almost all die, and eventually, yeah, they do all die. But throughout the whole time, like you're rooting for them so hard, and we know in our hearts that it happens because you know the whole
'Cause we
events of
know. Yeah.
the trilogy coming up, but it never feels at any point like a surefire thing, like it's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
And it just, oh my God, on the edge of your seat the entire movie.
I'm really happy that I watched it again because I've been wanting to, and yeah, I do think it is hands down the best one.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything better, even since, and I don't think anything's come close. I think we've been chasing this high with
Yeah.
the TV shows.
Yes, I definitely. The TV shows have definitely, for me, had more success than the movies because of the treatment of the characters, and the TV show allows them to breathe a little bit more. They don't have
Yeah.
like, we got 90 minutes to get this in and out. It's, we have a season of 12 episodes to really explore this concept and figure out who this person is and why they have these motives.
Yeah.
So definitely more time for the characters to live and breathe in the world and to develop the world, which I think is so important to make you care about the world. Because of course we care
Yes.
about this world simply because, episode 4 is about to happen. So we know exactly where it's going, but
Yeah.
they make you care so much deeper, even just in the short 2 hours that you get with Rogue One.
I will agree because it was definitely surface level for me in the theater. Oh yeah, this is how they got those plans. And then, like I said, now that I've seen the other shows,
Mm-hmm.
it's so much richer than you think. So I would say this is something you do kind of got to get into all of it, but it all pays off though. Like Star Wars stuff doesn't really, except for the sequel trilogy, that doesn't pay off.
Yeah.
Everything else hits pretty good.
I was surprised after having watched this. I was like, I I can't believe I cared this much for the characters the first go round, because of course I did. Like they're so well written and so deep, but at the same time, I didn't know them then like I do now.
Yeah.
I hadn't
Yeah.
watched any of Clone Wars or Rebels by the time I watched Rogue One, so like Saw Gerrera was
Okay.
new to me, and same with Andor. His whole show didn't exist, so
Yeah.
it was just a matter of like each of these characters gets 20, 25 lines max.
Probably. Yeah.
Even K2SO, and that to me still is one of the hardest deaths of the entire show, of the entire movie.
Absolutely.
It's heartbreaking, like watching his little plot arc that he goes from not trusting, not liking Jin, and just being this sassy piece of shit basically to her, to like she gives him a gun because she's learned to trust him, and like maybe they can learn to trust each other, and then he's able to use the gun to help them get away, and like it's the shortest little arc, and he dies in such a tragic way. Like I hate it when droids die. I can't stand it.
I know. It's the worst. Because robots are better than people.
Speaking of fucking robots being better than people, you know what I hated so much in this movie?
Okay.
CGI Tarkin. He is so spooky. Everyone in 2016 was like, he's so convincing. I love him. No. He's gross and creepy, and I don't like it.
I don't mind him.
Oh my God, he freaks me right out. Not a fan.
Guy. What about the ending then?
I feel like the Leia at the end is so much more well done than Tarkin is. Like it feels like a full gap in technology. Like she's done in a different year. And I think maybe because they had an actual actress like there, and they did her hair and everything, and she just like turned around. Whereas Tarkin is like his whole ass body is CGI'd. You could have had a guy walking around and just CGI'd his face on him, like they did for Leia.
And they had to animate him do like full talking, whereas she just kind of like says one thing. So it's a lot easier to just make a face than like, all right, well, how can I convincingly make it speak to me now?
Right.
You
yeah.
know?
She only has one word of dialogue because the person asks her, what is it that they've sent us? And she turns around and says, hope. Ugh. Breaks my heart.
It's a good movie.
It's really good. I just love the through thread that we have of like rebellions are built on hope being drilled into you forever and ever. And the same thread that they took from Andor, pulling it through. And like Cassian gets that message fed to him. He feeds it to Jin. And then, they're like...
Well, she fed it to the rebellion because that's what she says at the table.
Yes, she does. And then, what is it they've sent us? Hope. And like, then the whole fucking next episode, A New Hope. Like, it definitely gives weight to the word.
Oh, yeah.
And the fucking pure audacity of this movie to cut to that triumphant ass Star Wars music at the end after everyone is dead and you're sitting like a shell of your former self crying so hard.
Yeah. I can't recommend it enough if it's one, because this is kind of like a unanimously disliked movie.
Which makes me so angry. I don't know who dislikes this movie or why. Like it's literal perfection.
It's really good.
Incensed when I think about people. Do people not understand it? Do people think it didn't need to exist?
I guess because it's not happy. Like, well, somebody should have lived, but that's not the story. That's why
not the story.
It's bigger,
Yeah.
Because if they get away, then it's like, whatever.
And watching them hold each other as the fucking planet blows up, like that's your reward that you get for this movie. Like that's...
Yeah.
Sometimes that's how it ends for the rebellion.
I can't recommend it enough. It's great.
Yeah. There are things and actions that we have to take in our lifetime so that people in the next lifetime can have a better life than we had. And that's what this movie is about.
Yes. Absolutely.
Cuts deep.
You don't always get your happy ending. You might have to give up yours so someone else gets one later.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I got to watch this with you and like really kind of talk to you about it.
I need you to watch Andor. And we can talk more about happy endings.
You got me sold.
That people
You got
deserve.
me sold. So, I might be watching that soon, and I'll have to let you know.
I genuinely think it's one of the better things that Star Wars has done in recent years. As far as TV shows go, I mean, aside from the animated ones,
Yeah.
The new live action TV shows are really hit or miss. And more of them, I think, are miss than hits. Andor is the exception to the rule. It is a hit all the way through. So good.
Okay. Well, I definitely take your recommendations for real because you got me sold on Clone Wars when I definitely did not want to watch that.
Yep.
Rebels the same. And for what did we do? A Zeitgeist on those?
We did, yeah.
We just did a
Which
whole
is-
shows. I don't even know.
I think we did a Zeitgeist on them, which is crazy to me because, like, we combined them for one Zeitgeist, if I remember right.
Yeah, we did.
And we've taken Monster out over 6 months, and that's a 74
Yeah.
episode show.
I know. That's 8 seasons of a show for those two combined. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So go check those out if we have those out yet. I don't even know if they're out for
We
people.
might just release
That could have been
them
later.
right around this time as a bonus for y'all so you can dig into it.
All right. Well, you've got me all pumped up for Andor.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely putting that on the list next. So
Yes.
look forward to me talking to you about that soon.
Excellent.
All right. That's all I got. I got to go mend this hole in my heart now.
Yeah.
Yeah.